That feeling, right? It's maybe Tuesday afternoon, definitely hits by Wednesday morning.
Oh, yeah.
The emails look less like a list and more like, well, mountain range.
And the coffee's just not cutting it anymore.
Exactly. It's just warm brown water and Friday. Friday feels like it's happening on another planet. You are deep in that midweek slump.
It's such a universally understood thing, isn't it? That energy drop, focus just kind of scattering.
Yeah, maybe getting a bit more irritable than usual. If you feel that, you're definitely not alone.
Not at all.
And that's exactly what we're digging into today. We've got this stack of sources you sent over articles, research, notes, covering everything from fatigue science to stress management, practical psychology, productivity hacks.
Quite a range.
So our mission for this deep dive is to take all that info and pull out the most, potent, the most actionable nuggets.
Simple stuff you can actually do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Simple, practical hacks for the middle of a crazy week. Ways to find a bit of peace, or maybe just a jolt of energy. We're talking quick physical resets, mental shifts, simple routine tweaks that actually fit in.
Forget complicated plans, right? Things for the real world.
Totally. Okay, so let's unpack this feeling first. The sources did a good job explaining why this midweek wall feels so real.
Right. Well, the most obvious reason, and probably the most common, is just simple fatigue.
Just plain tired.
Yeah. You've burned through a couple of days, maybe sleep wasn't perfect, you haven't had that weekend recharge yet. By Wednesday, the week's just catching up.
It feels like you're running on fumes almost.
Pretty much. And another big factor identified is routine, monotony.
Ah, the grind.
Exactly. Doing similar tasks, same environment, predictable schedule. That repetition can really drain your mental battery, your enthusiasm. It's not just physical tiredness, it's like mental drag.
It feels heavy, like you're pushing against something.
And then there's the weight of stress and pressure. It starts to pile up,
Deadline's getting closer.
Unexpected problems cropping up, personal stuff doesn't stop. The sources really highlight how that cumulative stress is a major drain midweek.
So it's not just the work itself, but the load of carrying it all for a few days.
Precisely. And linked to that is just feeling overwhelmed by busyness, packed calendar, endless to-do list.
Right.
That feeling of being swamped can be paralyzing. It exhausts you before you even start the next task.
And what about that weird time thing, where Monday feels ages ago, but Friday's still miles off?
Yeah, that strange perception of time definitely plays a role. When you combine fatigue, monotony, stress, overwhelm, and that feeling, the slump just feels huge.
Quite a cocktail of factors.
It really is. But understanding why helps us see what kinds of solutions might actually work, targeting those specific drains. So if you're feeling that dip, that brain fog, that irritation, it's real. And there are things you can do.
Okay, let's get into those tools then. First up, physical hacks. If your body's crying out for a reset, what can you actually do physically to recharge?
The power of movement and breaks comes up again and again. It's fundamental.
Why does it work so well, though? Seems counterintuitive when you're tired.
Well, the sources explain it breaks the monotony, for one. It also actively rejuvenates focus, improves circulation, gets more oxygen flowing.
Okay.
It releases muscle tension, and it provides a much more sustainable energy lift than, say, grabbing a sugary snack.
Wait, hang on. Movement is better for energy than sugar or caffeine.
Really. Think about it. Sugar gives you that quick spike, then the crash, right?
Yeah, definitely feel that.
And caffeine can make you jittery, maybe anxious, and doesn't actually fix the underlying fatigue or tension. Movement, even just a little bit, gets your systems running more efficiently. It's like fueling the engine, not just slamming the accelerator.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's the recommendation? Just get up.
Basically, yes. Take short breaks, get away from the screen, stretch, walk around, even run a quick errand outside if you can.
And walking seemed to get a special mention.
Yes, the benefits of short walks were really emphasized, even just 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah. They can give a serious cognitive boost. We're talking potential increases in creative thinking, problem solving, maybe up to 60%, according to some research mentioned.
Wow, okay.
Plus, they're great stress reducers, mood lifters, and can genuinely increase your energy and concentration after you get back.
So that feeling that you're wasting time taking a walk is totally backward then?
Completely. It's an investment in your focus for the rest of the day, helps prevent burnout too. And if even 5 minutes feels impossible some days.
Yeah, sometimes it does.
The sources mention micro breaks. Just closing your eyes for 60 seconds, taking a few slow, deep breaths right there at your desk, tiny little stretches, it all adds up.
I like that permission for tiny resets. And hey, someone mentioned a private dance party.
Huh. Whatever works, right?
Yeah.
Anything to break that physical and mental pattern and get the blood moving.
Okay, so general movement is key.
Yeah.
What about targeted stretches for that stress tension?
Yeah, these are super effective. Stress really shows up physically, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, neck, shoulders.
Exactly. Muscles tighten up. When you consciously stretch and release that physical tension, you're basically sending a signal to your nervous system saying, hey, it's okay, you can relax now.
So it's like a physical cue to your brain to chill out.
Precisely. Plus, it improves circulation, oxygen flow, helps relaxation even more. The sources gave some basic principles. Hold a stretch for maybe 15-30 seconds. That's about 5 slow breaths.
Okay.
Repeat it 2-4 times. And always stretch to where you feel a gentle pull, never pain. Listen to your body.
Got it. Are there any good ones you can do like discreetly at your desk when you feel that tension creeping in?
Totally. The seated spinal twist is great. Just gently twist in your chair, looking over your shoulder. It feels like you're wringing out the stress.
Nice.
A chest opener is crucial if you're hunched over typing. Clasp your hands behind you, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. It improves posture, lets you breathe deeper.
I feel like I need that right now.
Most people do. And for that neck tension, simple rotational neck stretches, slowly tilting your head side to side, ear towards shoulder, or gentle chin tucks helps prevent those tension headaches.
Those sound super simple, easy to sneak into those micro breaks. What if you actually can step away for a couple of minutes, got a bit more space?
If you can get away from the desk, yeah, things like child's pose are amazing for low back tension. Happy baby pose for opening tight hips from sitting.
Okay.
A simple lying glute stretch helps the lower back and hamstrings. Even a wide-legged forward fold can release tension all down the back of your body. The key is finding what feels tight for you and giving it some attention.
It sounds like there's a stretch for pretty much any kind of slump-related tension.
Okay.
Okay, let's switch gears from movement to fuel. That afternoon snack attack.
Ah, yes. The siren song of the vending machine.
Right. The craving for anything sugary just to get through.
Yeah.
What do the sources say about smart snacking?
Well, the main goal isn't just to eat something. It's to provide fuel that actually sustains your energy and focus without that awful crash later.
Okay, so what should we look for in a snack then?
2 main things really stood out: protein and fiber.
Protein and fiber. Got it.
Aim for snacks with, say, at least 5-10 grams of protein and maybe around 3 grams or more of fiber. Protein helps keep your blood sugar stable, no big energy spikes and crashes, and it really helps with sustained focus.
Makes sense.
And fiber keeps you feeling fuller longer, helps digestion, stops you getting distracted by hunger pangs.
The dynamic duo for desk snacks.
Exactly. Beyond that, look for minimal, recognizable ingredients. Think nuts, seeds, whole grains, fruit. Try to avoid artificial additives and lots of added sugars. Go for natural sweetness in moderation, like from dates maybe.
And practically speaking.
Oh yeah, convenience is key for the office, right?
Right.
Easy to pack, not messy, doesn't need to live in the fridge, all important.
Good point. Nobody wants yogurt explosions in their bag. So what kind of snacks actually fit this bill according to the sources?
They give a good range. Things like energy bars made with oats, nuts, seeds, fruit. They often pack protein and fiber, give sustained energy, super convenient. Just got to read the label, make sure they aren't just glorified candy bars with loads of sugar.
Right, check the ingredients. Good advice. Any other types?
Mixed seeds, pumpkin, chia, sunflower, flax. These little things are powerhouses.
Really?
Yeah, loaded with antioxidants, protein, healthy fats like omega-3s. They're low calorie, usually no added sugar, great for sustained energy, even good for gut health. Easy to just keep a little tub at your desk.
Seeds are a great idea. Easy.
Right.
What about something crunchy or savory, not always feeling sweet stuff?
Yeah, good point. Roasted multigrain snacks came up, often high in fiber and protein. They can be diabetic friendly because they usually have a lower glycemic index, meaning they release energy slowly, keeping blood sugar stable.
Ah, interesting.
And they're typically roasted, not fried, so lower in unhealthy fats. Just maybe watch the salt content depending on your taste and health needs.
Okay, nice savory alternative. And for sweeter cravings, besides those bars?
Naturally sweetened options like date bites, often just dates, nuts, maybe a bit of honey or ghee. They give a quick, natural energy boost.
Dates are good.
And then things like cookies made with whole grains like jowar or oats and nuts instead of refined flour and sugar. They aim to provide protein, fiber, healthy fats for that sustained energy, not a sugar high.
So healthier twists on treats.
Exactly. The key with any of these is just being mindful of portions and checking those ingredients. They offer guilt-free ways to stay fueled.
It really sounds like the core principle is prioritizing snacks that build stable energy with protein and fiber, rather than reaching for those quick, sugary fixes.
Absolutely. Fuel your body and your brain for the long haul of the afternoon, not just the next 5 minutes.
Okay, so we've covered physical energy, movement, fueling. Let's shift to the mental side, the stress, the overwhelm, that scattered focus that hits hard midweek.
Right, and this is where tapping into mental and stress management hacks is so crucial, and one of the most powerful, portable tools you have always with you is your breath.
My breath, just breathing, seems too simple.
Well, more specifically, conscious breathing. The sources really emphasize the direct, powerful link between how you breathe and your nervous system.
How does that work?
Think of your exhale as the brake pedal for your stress response. When you focus on lengthening your exhale, you actually activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. It tells your body it's time to calm down.
So it's not just about taking big gasps of air, it's about how you let it out.
Exactly. Taking lots of quick, shallow, or even forced deep breaths can sometimes make you feel more anxious or lightheaded. Hyperventilating, basically. The real power is often in that controlled, slower, longer exhale.
Okay. Give us a simple technique then, something we can try right now sitting here.
One of the easiest is just lengthening your exhale. Simply inhale quietly through your nose for a count, say 4 seconds. Then exhale slowly, maybe through your mouth or nose, for a longer count, like 6 seconds.
In for 4, out for 6.
Yeah. Just doing that for 2 to 5 minutes can make a noticeable difference in how you feel.
That sounds incredibly accessible.
Wow.
What about something else?
Abdomen breathing, or belly breathing, is another really fundamental one. You can place one hand on your belly below your ribs. As you inhale slowly through your nose, let your belly expand and rise. Try to keep your chest relatively still.
Okay.
Then, as you exhale slowly, maybe through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle, gently engage your stomach muscles to help push the air out completely.
Feel the belly rise and fall.
Exactly. Practicing this daily, even for just a few minutes, helps you use your diaphragm more effectively for breathing, which naturally calms your system down. It might feel a bit weird or even tiring at first if you're mostly a chest breather.
Like learning any new skill, I guess.
Totally. And another one, great if your mind is racing, is called breath focus. Find a comfy seated position, close your eyes if you like. Just notice your natural breath for a moment, without changing it.
Just observe.
Yeah. Then, gently start to deepen your breaths. Inhale smoothly through your nose, feeling your belly and maybe your lower ribs expand. Exhale comfortably, perhaps with a gentle sigh. The real key here is gently bringing your attention back to the physical sensation of breathing whenever your mind wanders off.
Which it will.
Oh, definitely. Just gently guide it back. You can even silently repeat a word like calm or safe on each exhale if that helps anchor you. Even 5 minutes of this can interrupt those stressful thought loops and bring back some focus.
It sounds like these are basically mini meditations you can do anytime, anywhere, no special equipment needed.
That's exactly what they are. They give you an anchor point when everything else feels chaotic.
Okay, breath is powerful.
Yeah.
What else? You mentioned engaging senses.
Yes. Beyond breath, engaging your senses is highlighted as one of the fastest ways to shift your state and relieve stress, especially right in the moment it hits.
Engaging senses. Like smelling something nice or...
Exactly like that. Or touching something comforting, listening to music, looking at something visually calming. The sources suggest figuring out your typical stress response. Do you get agitated and overexcited? Do you sort of zone out and feel numb, underexcited? Or do you freeze up and feel stuck?
Okay, identify your pattern.
Yeah, because knowing that can help you pick a sensory input that counteracts it. It's not one size fits all. You really need to experiment and see what works for you.
Makes sense. So what are some examples?
Well, let's run through them.
Look at a photo you love. Gaze out at nature. Notice calming colors. Visualize a peaceful place in detail.
Light a scented candle if appropriate. Use a little essential oil roller. Mindfully smell your coffee or tea. Step outside for fresh air. Even just notice the scent of hand lotion.
Wrap up in a soft blanket or sweater. Hold a smooth stone or a comforting object. Pet an animal if one's around. Give yourself a quick hand or neck massage. Notice the texture of your clothes. Squeeze the stress ball.
This one needs mindfulness. Slowly sip a warm drink. Chew a piece of gum deliberately. Savor a small piece of dark chocolate or a juicy fruit. Notice the crunch of a healthy snack. It's about the experience of taste.
Listen to calming music or nature sounds. Or maybe something uplifting if you need energy. even just noticing the ambient sounds around you without judgment. Or try vocal toning, making a long sound. Apparently the vibration can help reduce stress hormones like cortisol.
Okay, I'm trying it. It does feel kind of grounding.
It's surprisingly effective. And don't forget, movement itself is sensory. Especially if you feel frozen or stuck under stress. Wiggle your fingers and toes, do some stretches, stand up and shake your arms out.
That's a whole toolkit you can access instantly, anywhere. I love the idea of weaving these into the day naturally. Like instead of doom scrolling on your phone while waiting for the kettle to boil, maybe just look out the window or really smell the tea.
Exactly. It's about replacing an automatic, maybe stress-inducing habit with a conscious, calming sensory engagement. Start small. Pick one sense. Really taste your lunch today, or notice the feeling of the water when you wash your hands. Make it a pleasurable little micro break.
And the sources also briefly touched on guided meditation, right, as another tool.
Yes, another great way to actively interrupt stressful thought patterns and cultivate focus. There are tons of short 5-minute guided sessions easily available online or in apps if you have that little bit of time and space.
Okay, fantastic. So we've got these quick physical and mental resets. What about the bigger picture? How can our overall routine or lifestyle help buffer against that midweek slump hitting so hard?
Right, these are more about prevention and smart structuring. A really key one is consciously breaking up routine and monotony. If every single day feels exactly the same, that slump can feel inevitable and heavier.
Inject some variety.
Yeah. Try a new approach to a task you always do the same way. If it's feasible, maybe work from a different spot for an hour, another room, a quiet corner, maybe even a coffee shop if your work allows. Even just eating a totally different breakfast can shake things up a bit.
Little shifts to keep the brain from going numb.
Exactly. And structuring your week smartly is also crucial. The sources suggest trying to tackle your most demanding or challenging tasks earlier in the week, if possible, when your energy might naturally be a bit higher.
Don't save the monster task for Wednesday afternoon.
If you can avoid it, yeah. Play to your potential energy peaks. And break down those big, overwhelming projects into smaller, more manageable steps. That feels less daunting.
Makes sense.
You can also try structuring your whole week around your natural energy rhythms. Maybe block out times for meetings when you tend to feel more sociable, and fiercely protect peak focus time for deep work. Simply rearranging your calendar can be a powerful anti-slump strategy sometimes.
Setting the week up for success right from Monday morning.
Kind of, yeah. Another clever idea that came up was setting specific midweek goals.
Not just weekend goals.
Right. Instead of just looking toward Friday, set small, achievable targets for, say, Tuesday evening or Wednesday lunch. Actually completing them gives you a little dopamine hit, a sense of accomplishment, and fights that feeling of the finish line being impossibly far away.
And celebrate those mini wins.
Definitely. That Wednesday ice cream example was mentioned, just a fun way to acknowledge you've made it over the hump. Gives you something small to look forward to.
Now that's a hack I can fully endorse. And self-care came up too, but maybe in a broader sense?
Absolutely. It's not just about bubble baths and spa days, so those are nice.
Yeah.
Self-care is fundamentally anything that genuinely cares for you. And that starts with the absolute basics. Trying to get enough sleep, consistently eating nutritious food, staying hydrated. These are the non-negotiables.
The foundation for everything else.
Exactly. But it also means consciously making time for activities you actually enjoy. Reading a book just for fun, watching a show you love, working on a hobby, listening to music. And remember that movement we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
That's self-care too. You're tending to your physical and mental well-being when you move your body.
Good point. And we're not really meant to just power through the week totally alone, are we? Social connection seemed important.
Hugely important. The sources strongly emphasize that humans are fundamentally wired for connection. Social support is an incredibly powerful buffer against stress and burnout.
So reach out.
Make time for it, yeah. Schedule a quick call with a friend, grab lunch or coffee with a colleague you like, go for a walk with a family member after work, join a group activity like an exercise class.
Why is connecting with others such a good stress reliever specifically?
Well, it boosts your mood and energy, definitely. But on a deeper physiological level, positive social interaction is one of your body's most evolved and effective ways of regulating your nervous system. Yeah. Connecting with people you trust actually helps you calm down, feel safer, and physically release accumulated tension. It's powerful stuff.
Wow, that's profound. Connection isn't just nice, it's like a biological need for stress management. Okay, and finally, the sources talked about a strategic digital detox.
This is such a big one today, isn't it? Those lines between work and personal life get so blurred by our phones, our laptops.
Constantly connected.
Right. So a digital detox isn't about ditching technology entirely. It's about creating necessary boundaries to reduce that constant on feeling, cut down on stress, and reclaim some of your time and mental energy.
How can we apply that midweek, though, when work often demands screens?
It's about clear boundaries. Try to set a firm end time for your workday and really stick to it as much as you possibly can. Communicate that if needed. If you work from home, try to create a physical space that's designated work-free. Helps reinforce that mental shift off duty.
Create separation.
Exactly. And develop a post-work routine. Maybe that includes a digital curfew, say, screens off an hour before bed, so you can actually unwind without blue light and notifications. That evening walk we mentioned, perfect transition out of work mode.
Ah, the multi-purpose walk again.
It does a lot. Also, use your phone's features wisely. Do not disturb modes, app timers to limit mindless scrolling that just drains you. Actively schedule and engage in offline activities, hobbies, exercise, time in nature.
Things that don't involve a screen.
Right. And try to prioritize in-person social connections, sometimes over purely digital chats. It's all about finding a healthier balance that works for you.
These are all fantastic tools and strategies, really practical stuff, covering quick fixes to bigger lifestyle adjustments. But what if the slump feels more constant? What if these hacks help a bit, but you're still hitting that wall hard most weeks?
Yeah, that leads to the final and maybe the most important question the sources implicitly pose to you, the listener. If these kinds of simple, accessible hacks aren't really moving the needle much week after week, is this slump maybe a signal of something deeper?
It shifts from being just temporary fatigue to maybe a sign that something more fundamental needs looking at.
Exactly. It might be time for some really honest self-reflection. Are your work boundaries truly unsustainable long-term? Have you maybe outgrown your current role or the workplace culture? Are you getting the support you actually need? The sources frame this as owing it to yourself to investigate if chronic unhappiness or burnout is the real issue.
Taking the slump seriously as a potential warning light.
Yes. And potential next steps could look very different depending on the situation. Maybe it's having a candid conversation with your manager about workload or your role. Maybe it's finally booking that vacation you desperately need. Or maybe it's even starting to explore whether a different role or work environment might ultimately be a better fit for you. It's about not just accepting chronic dread as the weekly norm.
That's a really powerful way to frame it. Okay, so the midweek slump is definitely real. It's frustrating. But the message here is you don't have to just grit your teeth and push through it endlessly.
Not at all. You have these simple, practical tools drawn from solid research in health, psychology, productivity, ways to find moments of peace and boost your energy right now in the middle of it all.
Small actions, that conscious breath, a quick stretch, a smart snack, that 5-minute walk. Setting one boundary that really can make a significant difference in how you navigate the week.
Absolutely. It's about building your personal toolkit.
So with everything we've explored in this deep dive today, thinking about this week, what's just one small hack you are going to consciously try? One thing to find a moment of peace or give yourself an energy lift when that familiar midweek feeling starts to creep in.
Just one thing to start with.
We really hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights and practical strategies to make your week feel just a little bit lighter, a little more manageable.